From the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is Scholar Tarek.
Hello, everyone. I have a lot more energy than I did last week, so this could be a very, very good show.
Tremendous. Isn't that right, Scholar Brian?
Hello, yes it is. We are back, and hopefully better than ever. And just in time for a little chamber where only one will survive.
Of the elimination variety.
Indeed.
That's right. It's Elimination Chamber weekend, so...
What do they mean by new Elimination Chamber? They keep saying new chamber.
I'm pretty sure they
That's a
made
good
some
question.
changes.
The chambers are going to be a shark cage.
Please!
Not again.
No, we don't want that.
Try spearing through this.
Ow!
Everyone else should have to go through what the goat went through.
All we're getting is like someone trying to spear through the cage, and you just hear dun 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 dun, and they'll just add the effect.
We're officially 1 minute in, and already we're going off the rails. Just the way I like it.
Shark cage.
Anyway.
Shark cage chamber.
Ooh-ha-ha. Shark Cage Chamber, ooh-ha. Anyway, let's get right into it. Elimination Chamber 2017. First match we've got on the kickoff show, we've got the exciting match Mojo Rawley versus Curt Hawkins for the heart of Zack Ryder.
I thought that I had seen the most pointless match of all time. I couldn't tell you what it was because it was that pointless. However, I was wrong. In the new most pointless match of all time, Mojo Rawley beats Curt Hawkins handily in about 1 minute.
This is the first time I'm actually hearing about this match. You guys said it.
It legitimately got made like midway through today through some weird ass backstage skit.
So the fact that it's Mojo Rawley versus Curt Hawkins, and now you add the headline for the heart of Zack Ryder.
Well, come on. What else would this match be?
The fact that it's now because of that, I hate this match now. It's like, I hate this. No one should be fighting for the heart of Zack Ryder.
The Intercontinental title did.
Oh my God! Stop it! I hate you.
Oh my Scott!
I hate you so much.
Wrong
I'm gonna
spaghetti.
punch you. I'm gonna punch you right now. It's a tick. Oh my God!
Talk about off the rails. We're
Oh
there.
my God!
Hey, at least we're having more fun this week.
Shit. Mojo Rawley is a winner. It's a pre-show. The face always wins in the pre-show. We learned that the hard way at Royal Rumble when we thought of Team Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya. That's how forgettable that pre-show was. And now this is a very forgettable pre-show too. God, really, Mojo Rawley versus
You have
Curt
to
Hawkins?
search really hard to find a more pointless match than this.
Yeah, there was-
Even most pre-show matches, there's at least like a 2-week little build-up. This came out of nowhere.
I know you're going to think I'm a freak show for saying this.
Oh God!
What?
Here comes Mr. Optimism. We're here.
One of these days we need to make a jingle for Mr. Optimism whenever he shows up. But I'll tell you what.
You should do it because that's you.
Do. All right, that's do jingle placeholder for Mr. Optimism. Yeah.
Stop it. You're just killing it. You're just killing it.
Damn right, I'm killing it. Anyway, number one. I'm actually kind of remotely intrigued by this match just because of how random and how tangentially they're related to each other. Because, again, who else would have seen this match coming except for Battle for the Heart of Zack Ryder? But ultimately, and I'm just going to be entertained by this just by sheer concept alone. The match is probably going to be 1 minute and 35 seconds of just, jobbertastic, hype bro, whatever Curt Hawkins is doing this time. So I'm going to call Mojo Rawley. I think it's going to be the clean sweep across the board. Mojo
Even Mojo Rawley sucks.
If Curt Hawkins wins, fuck me, right?
If Curt Hawkins win, I think this would be his first victory coming back.
And so much for the Mojo Rawley experience.
From the second Zack Ryder got injured, I thought these two were going to be thrown together because, you know, they both have the hearts for Zack Ryder, apparently. At least according to this
They're
one.
fighting for the hearts of Zack Ryder.
With Brian saying there was little build-up, I think the only build-up that they had was just backstage stuff on YouTube. This should might as well be fighting for the Internet Championship. Zack Ryder should bring that shit back.
Something about Curt Hawkins is Kane. I don't even know what happened to said Kane, but apparently it's enough to make a match.
Hey, apparently it's like, hey, your Kane's stupid. No, my Kane's awesome. It's not hype. It most certainly is hype. Let's fight an Elimination Chamber. Okay.
And then they're going to become tag team partners, and then Zack Ryder, and then it's just going to be the triple hype bros. Wait, why do I care?
Because the triple hype bros are going to become over out of nowhere, and then they're going to challenge the New Day at WrestleMania.
They're the new JOB squad, and that
Just watch. It's going to happen.
And I thought,
just watch.
And it makes me think I miss 3-man band.
This is a new 3-man band.
Oh dear Lord, help us all.
All right, I will help you. I will help you by moving on to the next match, what is appearing to be a handicap match out of nowhere. Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler.
Hey, at least this one's going to be on the main card.
And let's face it, this didn't really come out of nowhere. Because it's been building since Dolph Ziggler's heel turn, which, let's face it, okay, it's been pretty shitty so far.
Well, because
other than the heart attack kick.
That's the only real heel thing that they're doing with Dolph Ziggler.
And he hits the same two people with chairs every show.
He hit the same two people, and it's people no one really gives a shit about in Apollo Crews and Kalisto. So they're chanting one more time with the chair shot, and Dolph is actually giving in to the chants. This is the most face that we've gotten with Dolph Ziggler in a while.
All right.
Minus kick to the chest.
All right, so what are your predictions? Who do you got?
Dolph, come on now. This isn't going to put anyone over. It's not going to make Dolph Ziggler a bigger heel. This is just something where he can beat two guys and then move on to an actual WrestleMania type feud. This was a placeholder. The heel turn that I've been calling for since SummerSlam has been a major disappointment so far because they fucked it up. They did. They had something with the heart attack kick. I was like, okay, who's going to defend Jerry Lawler? The dude just got super kicked in the heart by the dude who basically caused his heart attack in the first place. Who's going to defend him? Nobody. Well, it's just Kalisto and Apollo Crews coming out and getting their asses beat every week. And yeah, Apollo Crews got the fluky roll-up victory. But guess what? After that, chair shots for everyone again. That's it. It's the most repetitive heel. It's the most repetitive start to a heel turn I've ever seen, and
the crowd is actually loving it.
If this was how they were going to turn Dolph Ziggler heel, they should have just kept him face to begin with, because it's just making him a bigger face right now. The heel turn has failed.
Who are you going for, fool? I'm intrigued.
You know what? Given the case, I'm going to have to go with Dolph Ziggler, because if they're going to stick with him and keep the momentum going, it just makes sense they'd win. Again, this one seems kind of cut and dry and uneventful, yes, but hey, sometimes it's just easily predictable.
I really hope you're right. I'm just looking at this as what happened on the Go Home show, and Dolph Ziggler took both Kalisto and Apollo Crews out. So, going by that logic, and just it was like, oh, they're the faces. They have to get their redemption. They're gonna have to go with Dolph Ziggler winning this match. Who am I kidding? I'm trying to build that up so much. Really looking at this, and I could just tell by Brian just not having any sorts of reaction. Like, yeah, you're just full of shit. You're just gonna pull a twist Dolph Ziggler at the end. Really, Kalisto and Apollo Crews are not going to get anything if they win this match at all. They're not going to. It's not going to advance them up in the card. It's not going to gain any real momentum. Dolph Ziggler, on the other hand, this is something that can build up to whatever they're going to do with him at WrestleMania. But honestly, really looking at like where they might be going, the only thing I can see all three of them going is that they do a multi-man Intercontinental Championship match at Mania, and I hope that doesn't go that way. The only way Apollo Crews and Kalisto can gain some kind of victory on this is if Jerry the King Lawler accompanies them to the ring. But I don't even see that happening. But yeah, Dolph is. It makes me even question whether or not this match actually will have a legit ending. Do handicap matches have disqualifications?
I'm sure.
I assume so.
You think Dolph Ziggler's got to go chair happy again?
Probably.
Probably after the match.
I wouldn't be surprised. That'll be another way for Apollo Crews and Kalisto would win by disqualification.
You know what?
Because,
you're right.
Because the match will just go out of it. He'll almost lose, and then maybe last resort, like he'll get some point where he knocks them both out. He gets thrown out of the ring. Kalisto follows him, or Apollo Crews, most likely, which either of them. Next thing you know, boom, disqualification. But I'm gonna stick with Dolph Ziggler because if they're gonna have a clean victory, which they should, but there is that small chance. Actually, saying it, there is a chance that they might just end this in either disqualification, no contest, whatever. But if it's gonna be a decisive winner, which it should be, just to end this feud, because it's not going the way they want it. Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm. Well, that one's cut and dry.
I'm siding with Brian now about this, because at first I loved the idea of them turning Ziggler heel, and when they had Jerry the King Lawler segment, I'm like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. But then the next couple weeks, it's just been repetitive.
They didn't strike when the iron was hot with a Dolph Ziggler heel turn. They waited 5 months too long. And now it's just repetitive. He hits people with chairs every week.
There's a reason. There's a good logical reason.
I believe that after his loss to Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam, that's when this all should have happened, and it should have been with bigger names.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way. I do agree with you on that.
But they waited too long. They had to give him his little thing with the Miz,
which was it was
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing, and we wouldn't have got that if we turned heel. But now we're getting this shit.
It's just the only reason, there is a logical reason. There is no one else for him to go against. There really isn't. When you look at the SmackDown roster, other than Apollo Crews and Kalisto, who is not in like a different program or a different storyline that could feud with Dolph Ziggler right now?
Honestly, I have no idea, and that's just because I've just lost track of Dolph Ziggler, period, lately. He's just sort of, okay, Dolph Ziggler's here. Okay.
SmackDown's my show right now to follow. I DVR Raw. Well, at least I did this week, and I made sure I watched SmackDown live. Well, live. But yeah, it's the same thing. I keep looking at the roster, and I'm like, yeah, there's really nothing. Everyone else is either in the Elimination Chamber, is either in the Elimination Chamber or in the title match.
It was the wrong time for this heel turn, and that's all there is really to say. Dolph Ziggler.
I really hope it ends.
Dolph Ziggler needs a decisive win for even the build-up of this, for the heel turn to continue and build up to where it should be. Dolph Ziggler needs a clean win, because just more chair shots. It's just like, okay, we see this every week. Give me something new. Give me something better. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
And let's move on.
That's all we got.
And with that, let us actually move on.
Yes. Next match, we've got Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. Gentlemen, what do you got?
My girl's in this match. However, Mickie James coming back wouldn't make sense if she loses this match.
So you're saying Mickie James?
Okay, I'm saying Mickie James because so her team lost in a tag team match, her first match back. If she loses her first,
to see a more long-term feud between these two, maybe sort of crazy stipulation, like maybe a cage match or something. That might be fun.
I'd like this at some point for the women's title, but I'm happy with who we have as champion now, so that I can wait. For what we've got now, Mickie James needs to win.
Fool, what do you got?
This is just gonna be one of those shows where it looks like we're just all gonna be agreeing on many of the matches, possibly all of them, because it's really a straightforward event, and I honestly, this is gonna be when it comes to the two women's matches, and actually the three women's matches that this event has. Wow, 3, good job, more than Raw's side. Quick raw jab.
Because the Smackdown actually has a division.
Yeah, exactly. Nice raw jab. This one's going to be the most technical out of all 3 of them.
Easily.
And I actually think when it comes to the women's matches, this one's going to be the best. Because these two are just great workers. I see Mickie James picking up the victory as well. But it's going to be a dirty victory. Because where else would they go if it was a clean victory?
Yeah.
This one has to be.
I see feet on the ropes.
Feet on the ropes or grabbing of the tights. One of those. It's a roll up pin.
Yeah.
A cheap heat roll up pin, and that's the only way this feud can actually keep going. And the only real disappointing factor in this is that the audience for the past couple weeks just hasn't been with Mickie James when she cuts her promos, and really they're really good promos.
No.
But it's just because it's the casual fans these days don't know who Mickie James is, and hopefully this match kind of is an introduction that they need. And I kind of want to. I can't wait to see her getting involved, bringing back the crazy Mickie James character.
I was gonna say something tells me that if she's gonna be playing a heel, I can see her doing some sort of crazy shenanigans.
I guess this counts as a scholar's quick talk. Do you see? They kind of hinted that Alexa Bliss has been following Mickie James for a long time. Do you see them kind of twisting the tables around and having Alexa Bliss be the crazy fangirl for Mickie James?
If they do,
and do you want to see that?
I'm going to say no. I do want to see it, but just given the era of wrestling that we're in right now, I don't think they're going to take it to the same extreme that Mickie James did.
I don't want it to happen because I think Alexa Bliss is in a good place for the character right now as the extremely bitchy head bitch in charge. The bitchy blonde, like that bitchy blonde you hated in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That is Alexa Bliss right now. She knows how to play that character. She plays it to a T. I don't want any changes at this point that can lead her down a different road that might not work. So right now she's in the zone with her character. It's not stale yet, so changes don't have to be made, so don't make them as of yet.
Agreed. Now next up we have, let's see here, we've got a tag team turmoil match with hold on here, right? I have to
with
get out.
American Alpha, the Usos, and 5 other teams that don't matter.
It's 4 other teams.
Other teams that don't matter.
American Alpha versus the Usos versus the Fashion Police versus the Ascension.
You mean?
Yes, the Fashion Police versus the Ascension versus the Vaudevillains versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Is that really what they're calling themselves? Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I have nothing else to add to that. Gentlemen, who do you got?
It has to be American Alpha.
Nope.
It has to be.
The only other team that has a shot in hell, is the Usos. But I think that they're going to have American Alpha come in first and showcase and eliminate every team. That's what I think.
That's how they're doing
tag
it?
team turmoil.
Oh, for some reason I
thought
it was all the teams together. It's like what they did with the hardcore title, where they had a time limit, and whoever they get a pin, they're the champions.
Oh, that's a championship scramble.
That's a championship scramble.
Though I got the two mixed up.
The tag team turmoil.
I actually totally forgot what that was supposed to be.
It's 1-on-1. Whichever team wins, then the next team comes in.
You think they're going to start with American Alpha?
I think they're trying to put American Alpha over huge. They already did that by having them beat the Wyatt family twice.
But then after
that, they didn't really do anything. But here's how you get them back on track. Here's how you put them over huge. You put them up against every tag team on SmackDown. You have them out first, and they just bum rush through every tag team. Then you bring up another tag team. You bring up the Revival, or whatever, and there's your WrestleMania. There's your WrestleMania match. American Alpha versus the Revival at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. Bam!
I can see them
doing it.
Well, you sold me. I'm okay. American Alpha.
I can see that, but I don't want that to happen. Because I know the tag team division on SmackDown, it is exactly the strongest group of guys. But I just don't want them to be like, okay, the rest of the tag team division doesn't matter.
Well,
I mean, like I said, I can see them doing that, and they probably will do that. A part of me just doesn't want that because I just don't. It just completely shits on the other tag teams, which, in my opinion, they need to be built up. They need to have some kind of momentum build.
Which is why I don't think that they're going to start them off first. I think they're going to wait until at least part of the way, or if they don't just. They're going to be the. I think maybe 6 teams. If I see them going in later, I see them being number 4. I was gonna say either 3 or 4. Yeah.
And if all the team,
either
the last
American
2 teams,
Alpha or the Usos are gonna start, because one of those teams has to start, or else no one's gonna give a shit at the beginning of the match. The crowd, no one, for those other 4 teams.
I see Heath Slater and Rhino actually starting.
I see Heath Slater and Rhino starting against the Usos or American Alpha.
I see Heath Slater and Rhino starting off the match, and I can see the last 2 teams being American Alpha and the Usos.
Well, those two have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that one of those 2 teams have to start the match for the crowd to even give a shit. Like the crowd isn't even cheering Heath Slater and Rhino that much anymore. So
they're not cheering any teams because for the past couple of weeks there wasn't. Well, the last 2 weeks, yes, but before that there really wasn't anything going on when it came to the tag team division.
Indeed, but the only 2 teams that are gonna get some kind of reaction out of the crowd are the Usos and American Alpha. So for anyone to give a shit about this match at all and not have a dead crowd, you need to either start the Usos or American Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
If you start Heath Slater and Rhino, yeah, it's okay, but you're not guaranteed any kind of reaction from the crowd anymore. They're not there anymore ever since they got buried by the Wyatt family. Good, by the way.
I see one of the first teams coming out, the Vaudevillains.
Yeah, so they can lose immediately. They're not, as much as you want the Vaudevillains to be built up.
Yes,
it's an ongoing thing. It's never gonna happen. They're the idiots. Simon Gotch fucked up, and now the Vaudevillains are gonna be nothing until the end of time. That's not gonna change.
It's just a goddamn shame because they were very entertaining.
Yeah. All it takes is one fuck up backstage if you're not a top guy. All it takes is one, and you're blacklisted and jobbed out for life. The only reason they're still there is to make money. That's it.
Isn't that why we're at most of our jobs?
Yep. That's why you don't hear them being pissed off about their 10 seconds in a battle royal.
Anyway, moving on to our next match, we have for no titles whatsoever, because I'm just so used to there being more titles around. Nikki Bella versus Natalya. Gentlemen?
Grudge match, which is built for Nikki Bella to win. And I'm gonna say it. Nikki Bella beats Natalya. Ugh.
How is that, I agree with you, but how is that,
Because Natalya's been done dirty her entire WWE career. And it's like she turned heel. You want her to do big things, but you're up against John Cena's girlfriend. And the feud was built around you being the attacker. So the feud ends with the being who was attacked getting one back on the attacker. So Nikki Bella goes over in the grudge match against Natalya.
Fool?
Question.
Answer.
Isn't this their first match together?
Yep.
Of this feud?
I think that this was built for, because Nikki Bella's apparently taking time off after WrestleMania. Don't know why, don't know what, but she's taking time off. So I think they're gonna end this feud now.
Oh, I'm not talking about the long run. I'm just like, isn't this their first match together?
It's their first singles match. Yes, and I think they're gonna kill it off after one, and in that case, because of the way the feud started, Nikki Bella will win the feud. John Cena style.
I can't really argue anything. This match, this feud sucks. I'm just gonna flat out say it.
It started off so good too, but then it turned into, if I wasn't married, John Cena would be mine. What?
As soon as that promo and at first I'm just like, okay, it's starting to get a little repetitive. Them just beating each other up in different locations. Oh, is it a coincidence that my picture is with Cena on the truck? No, it's not a coincidence. And then Natalya, bullshit, and they start fighting. Nikki's on Talking Smack. Natalya beats her up. Natalya's somewhere backstage. Nikki beats her up. It was a repetitive thing, and then that promo was basically the shot in the heart. I was like, really? All this feud is just nothing more than it's like, oh, fighting over a man now. Thank you, WWE. Thank you for, it's like, that's it. I'm done. This feud officially sucks now. And it's, once again, it's like, oh, great. Now let's just, Nikki Bella is amazing because she's John Cena's girlfriend. Yay. Watch the Total Bellas because, because she's living with John Cena, and so is Brie Bella. She's got to be on soon. Yay! Nikki Bella for the win. Fuck you. That's it.
Is that you to us, or is that the WWE to its fans?
That's me to WWE with this feud. Fuck you. I'm done.
But who wins?
I said Nikki Bella.
Okay.
Nikki Bella wins, and I'm just like, oh.
It is who gives a fuck, boys.
Yeah. It's just,
Bella
I don't care. This should be on the women's division on Raw because it's just as worthless as what's going on Raw when a women's division anyway.
Here's how bad this feud has become. Okay, I would rather have Mojo Rawley versus Curt Hawkins on the actual show than Nikki Bella and Natalya on the actual show. That's a pre-show match. To me, that is a pre-show match.
Ouch.
I said that this was the most pointless match ever, and I'd still rather it be on pay-per-view than a feud over a married woman fighting over another woman's man. What?
When you put
what
it
did
that
this
way.
feud become? It was just two women beating the shit out of each other, and then that promo happened, and it's like,
no, it started off with them just beating each other up, and then they started throwing story in. It's like, oh, it's because Natalya is jealous of Nikki Bella's success. And then all of a sudden it just starts leading into, now I want your man. Wait, what?
Some fights don't need story. Some fights just need fights.
Really?
The fights are the story.
They should have just gone with, your success. I hate your success. You don't deserve your success, and the only reason your success is because of John. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then they went there last week, and I'm like, yo, I'm with Torque. Fuck this, man.
Seriously, all this is gonna lead is Nikki Bella wins, and Natalya is nothing more than a crybaby. That's it. And it's like, oh, all the stuff that you're saying is wrong because I have everything. I'm just so perfect in WWE's eyes because I'm the perfect one that has their own reality TV show, and that's why I'm bringing the voice back because I hate everything about you. It's all about me. I'm Nikki Bella. I'm dating John Cena, and my sister's married to Daniel Bryan, and they're gonna have a child. I'm gonna be an aunt, and Natalya said I'm not gonna be a mother or a wife to John Cena. Oh,
no one gives a shit.
Oh my god, my head's gonna explode with how stupid this is. This making me hate Nikki Bella again. This making me despise it. And now, this is making me not like Natalya. Because all they're doing is giving her bullshit. What is the point?
The point is I am enjoying this immensely.
Oh, my God.
At least this match is indirectly responsible for making me laugh.
This match is responsible for me having a complete psychotic breakdown of how much I'm remembering why the hell I hate Nikki Bella in the first place.
In other words, totally worth it.
Maybe to you.
Yes, to me.
As opposed to
Anyway, moving on.
It's nice to know my suffering is giving you guys joy, you selfish assholes.
Hey, this is Mr. Optimism. There's a bright side to this.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna be good. What is the bright side?
What you just did. That is the bright side.
Me losing my mind.
No, you losing your mind hilariously.
All right.
Big difference.
You going full Valley Girl in your psychotic breakdown.
You know what? Whatever. At least I'm giving you guys joy. Whatever.
Yes, you have enriched my life. Thank you, fool.
You know what? Fine. I'll accept that. Good. You're welcome.
You went full Valley Girl for 5 minutes.
Pulling a Damien Sandow. You're welcome.
All right. Moving on. We have next match: Luke Harper versus Randy Orton.
Oh,
gentlemen.
We've seen this match before on Smackdown a couple weeks back. Okay, but you're still gonna it's still gonna be good. Okay, Luke Harper is a face now. He's over, man.
I dig it.
However, you know Randy Orton's gonna win. He's the one with the main event slot. He's the one with the main event slot of WrestleMania. So you know he's gonna win. But it's gonna be it's the first match on SmackDown was good. This one, I hope that they bring out some new stuff for the pay-per-view.
I think
but
they are.
Definitely.
But even if they don't, okay, it's still gonna be good.
Yeah, with the caliber of these two, of course, Randy Orton's a tried and true talent, and Luke Harper has always been that kind of guy who has a lot more to offer than he lets on, at least on the mainline WWE shows. So, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this was potentially match of the night in my eyes. Fool, what do you got?
Wait, who do you predict?
Oh, I'm going with Randy Orton.
Okay. I was like, I gotta hear this. It's only because Randy Orton has that WrestleMania spot where I think he's gonna win. Do I want Luke Harper to win? Yeah, that would be a great rub for him.
Totally.
And he does deserve it. And yes, Brian, I do think this is going to be a better match than it was on SmackDown. Granted, the SmackDown match was good, but they were given a limited SmackDown time. They're going to get more time in this match. And like what Jeff said, Luke Harper has shown in the past, preferably when he's fighting in tag team matches or six-man tags with the Wyatt family versus the Shield, or when they fight the Usos for the tag team titles once upon a time. Luke Harper can go, and this is going to be a great. It could potentially be the match of the night of all the matches that are not in the Elimination Chamber. That's like a completely different animal. But when it comes to the match itself, yes, Randy Orton is gonna take it because he needs to be going into WrestleMania looking strong. But this is gonna do wonders for Luke Harper. This is gonna be his match he's gonna slowly change his character a little bit. I don't think he's gonna come out with that crazy eyes music that he had when he first went solo. Wait, or did he?
Yes, he did.
He did have it already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I take that sentence back. Because every time I see Luke Harper come out, it's just him running out. Really, he's really creepy. The music,
eyes.
The music, one thing, but the creepy eyes video thing, that's just too much for me. It's just because I have I don't know, I'm creeped out with eyes. I don't know what it is. But yeah, this is going to be Luke Harper's match. He's going to shine in this one. Randy Orton's going to help him. He's going to have him lead the way because it's helping younger talent get over. But of course, the man going into WrestleMania, the main event at WrestleMania, should win. It's going to be a great match, but Randy Orton's going to take it.
Any other pay-per-view, I would give Luke Harper a shot. But this one in particular, it's the one in between the Rumble and WrestleMania.
Yeah,
he's going up against the Royal Rumble winner.
It's the way it's going.
Yeah. Then the Royal Rumble winner can't lose at the pay-per-view before his title shot. So, so it's going to be a great match. I agree. Luke Harper is going to get his opportunity to shine in a singles match at a pay-per-view. And if anyone was to be his opponent, he's got the right one to make him look better.
A part of me thinks storyline wise, I see this being one big ruse. Like they're making Randy Orton think that he's broken up the Wyatt family, and it all just ends with them like, oh, you think you had us? You think you broke us? No, you didn't. We know what you were trying to do. We know you were trying to slowly... We knew
what you were trying to do the whole time.
And, like, Eric Rowan comes back, and they all just... Or Eric Rowan comes back with a sister, Abigail, and just makes the Wyatt family a more cohesive unit. I don't know.
That actually goes into my thought for the...
For WrestleMania?
No, the Elimination Chamber match itself.
Well, we'll get to that in just a minute.
But yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting road to WrestleMania when it comes for the Wyatt family.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, we have for the SmackDown Women's title, Alexa Bliss versus Naomi. Gentlemen, who do you got?
Any other event, I would give it to Naomi. If it wasn't building for WrestleMania, I probably would give it to Naomi, considering they're actually kind of giving her a legit push. But when it comes to going into WrestleMania, Alexa Bliss is the better choice, and she's really solidifying herself as a good heel champion.
And let's face it, okay, the Royal Rumble the week after, Naomi beat her twice. Okay, last week Naomi got the upper hand on her.
You're pulling the...
Alexa Bliss has looked like a bitch for the last 3 weeks. Has not been able to do anything right against Naomi. Okay, so, like I said with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, okay, you can't make a champion look bad so many weeks in a row and then just have them lose at the pay-per-view.
I kind of have a theory that what might happen. Just because they're doing that, that's how they're kind of booking Alexa Bliss, is kind of similar to what they're doing with Kevin Owens. Hell, even to the point where they have Mickie James as the Jericho best friend angle. Huh, that actually is interesting. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James are slowly becoming the Jericho Kevin Owens for the women's division on SmackDown. But I don't see her winning clean.
Oh, there's no doubt.
She's not going to win clean.
She's not winning clean.
Then here's an idea. Tamina Snuka returns and costs Naomi the match.
Do it. Make it happen.
I'd be down.
They have history, and it actually does make sense. But yeah, Tamina comes back and costs Naomi the match.
All right.
You like it?
I like it. Either way, Alexa Bliss wins.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, doesn't matter what. It's not going to be clean. She's the heel.
Either
Heels don't win clean unless you're Charlotte.
Wow, did you catch that, Jeff? Doesn't matter what the ending's gonna be. He just took a shit on my theory. It's like, yeah, your opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't. All that matters is that Alexa is gonna win. Gee, thanks a lot, Brian. Asshole.
Douche.
Yeah, I guess you had to get one with all the times I've been being a douche to you over the past few months.
Douche has got a douche.
Douche is gonna douche.
That's your get back for me for being a douche for the past few months to you.
Yeah.
You gotta take a little quick jab at me.
Yeah. Let's go.
Here you go. Here's the real ending of the match that I think you're gonna like. They're gonna throw a surprise entrant and make it a triple threat match and give the title to Dana Brooke.
Fuck.
You shut your whore mouth.
Yeah.
You shut your
See,
fucking
how does that
mouth.
feel? That's how I. Yeah, you see how you're feeling right now. You think like, you want to strangle me? That's me. That was me a couple minutes ago. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter what the ending's gonna be. It's like, oh gee, thanks a lot, Brian.
Oh boy.
Now we're gonna have fucking nightmares.
Dana Brooke with the women's title. Dana Brooke with the women's title.
I'm gonna go full Anakin.
She's gonna be the one that breaks Charlotte's undefeated streak singles matches at pay-per-views. Ha!
That's the moment I quit this show.
Kids, let's settle down. Because
he hurt me. I gotta hurt him double.
Well, you know what? If everything goes well, talking about our main event for the evening, if everything goes well, we could be in for a good night. Moving on to the main event, the Elimination Chamber match itself. John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt versus Baron Corbin versus The Miz. Gentlemen, let's just say it.
First, let me ask you guys a question. Who starts the match?
AJ and Dean.
You think it's going to be AJ and Dean?
I think it's going to be after the match they just pulled off. I'm going to be bold and say it's Cena and AJ.
I think it's going to be Corbin, and he's going to last a long time in this match because that's how they've been pushing him. Corbin and Ambrose. Like I said, they've been pushing Corbin to as this.
I think Corbin goes out third because the big guy always goes out like third.
He's been on a dominant streak, and I like it.
The three guys that are still in the match with him, okay, all hit their finishers on him, and it's one of those. Like the big man in this match historically has taken like everyone's finisher one after another and gotten pinned third. I feel like the Miz and Dean Ambrose take each other out first and second. Or like the Dean Ambrose takes out the Miz and then the Miz takes out Dean Ambrose and someone else pins him.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of deal. And then Baron Corbin takes the all three finisher spot. It'll come down to AJ, Cena, and Bray Wyatt, and then that's when the shenanigans hit, because I think we get a returning Eric Rowan.
You think this is where Eric Rowan's going to show up?
Tonight. Because I think Bray Wyatt wins the title, but I don't think he wins it in the cleanest fashion whatsoever, if you get my drift. So... And at this point, you're not going to get... I don't think that if your ruse idea for the Wyatt family, I don't think they're going to have Luke Harper come out and help Bray Wyatt at this point. That'll come further down the line. But I could see Eric Rowan coming back and being part of the reason why Bray Wyatt beats John Cena, because you can't beat John Cena clean. No one can, except unless your name is AJ Styles.
And Daniel Bryan.
You know what?
Daniel Bryan.
At this point, I'm going to go on record and say I honestly don't care.
As long as Uncle Bray becomes champion.
All I want is to see Uncle Bray become champion. The time is now. the writing
the
writes
challenger
itself.
makes sense. It
He
makes sense with the Royal Rumble winner and the challenger.
Bray Wyatt has been putting in consistent work all this time. Now is if you really want to keep him as a credible threat for the rest of his career, now is the time to pull the trigger on him. Plus, it's perfectly, like we talked about right out of the gate, it perfectly sets up the next couple months in the path to WrestleMania.
It sets up the path to WrestleMania. It sets up... The storyline is already set. The storyline's been set since, September? When all this started going down? Like, we should have seen this coming at Survivor Series when they were the last men standing.
It's a slow burn.
But it's... As soon as the betting line said Randy Orton was winning the Royal Rumble, I was like... The only thing that makes sense for the Elimination Chamber is for Bray Wyatt to win the title.
Fool, take us home.
Okay. This is gonna be a very interesting way how they're gonna go with this, leading to WrestleMania. With how things have been going and how they've been progressing for the last couple weeks. Since after the Royal Rumble, because they've only had 2 episodes, and the fact that the Wyatt family pretty much moved into the main event picture, AJ Styles is slowly fizzing out of it, sadly. But he'll come back.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I'm not worried.
Well, most people actually are. I've actually been surprised with how many people's like, oh no, he's going down to the mid card. He's going to stay there. He's not going to get a title shot anymore. I'm like, are you people out of your mind?
3 years ago,
I get that AJ Styles is your favorite wrestler of all time. It's the Daniel Bryan situation all over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Daniel Bryan's not getting a title shot, that he's not in the right place on the card.
No, I think this is more people just freaking out and being whiners about not getting their way.
Mm. But as I was saying,
my point stands. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
And with how I've been seeing how the storyline's been progressing in my head when it comes to the Wyatt family in particular. I'm going with what you guys said. This is, God damn it! It's the pay-per-view that we all predicted the exact same shit.
Well, we'll just have to go with who we predicted to start the match as the impetus.
Nah, that's just pulling us. That's a stretch.
Let's go elimination order.
It is now the best time for Bray Wyatt to win the title.
Because let's be honest, okay? They did John Cena versus Randy Orton on Smackdown.
Got
in
it
a
out
full
of the
match
way.
to get it out of the way. They're not going to do it again. After
exactly.
That.
But now it's coming to the point where I see it going storyline wise. Because I'm pulling. I know you said you don't care what's going to happen as long as Bray wins, but I'm going with what Brian said storyline. I don't see Eric Rowan coming in now. If anything, if it comes to a Wyatt family member attacking John Cena, because obviously John Cena is going to be the last one eliminated, I see Randy Orton. I see Randy Orton taking John Cena out, and as kind of now going back to my storyline idea. It's his way to get Bray Wyatt. To give him the title to once again to earn his trust, and it's leading to a point where he's trying to get to Bray Wyatt, and he'll get killed 2 birds with 1 stone kind of nonsense. But with how the storyline would progress, first they're gonna just have a little talking confrontation at the show after Elimination Chamber. They're gonna just talk and say how things are going to go. And then they're going to slowly show that Randy Orton is slow. Like, let's say they had a tag team match, and the match is over. You see Bray Wyatt slowly getting back up, and you see Randy Orton getting ready to RKO him. And just as he's about to turn around and take it, it does a stut, and he's gone. Bray is just gone. That's how the show ends. And next, you'll just see that he knows like what he's been doing. You've been trying to break up my family. You've been trying to destroy me from the inside. I've been trying. And he's like, as you were trying to gain my trust, I was trying to gain your trust. And then it shows Rowan and Harper standing side by side, ready to attack him. And it'll slowly build to WrestleMania. And part of me is just thinking that to add like more name to make this a bigger match, they'll probably throw John Cena in to make it a triple threat. A part of me, as much as I just see them throwing John Cena in, throwing into wanting his rematch, because part of me just doesn't see them simply going for a one-on-one match. I really hate to say it, but I just, and another way, just probably a way for him to be trying to have him be the number one guy and have him be 17-time champion. I could see them try, like, maybe hint at that. But
damn it, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're not, liar.
No, really, I am, because I don't want to see that either. I want to see Bray be a long-reigning champion. I don't want him to be a transitional guy. I don't, especially his first reign. I want him to show dominance as his first reign as champion, and this is slowly cementing him being a top guy, more than he is now, like being a money drawer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bray Wyatt's taking this. I'm gonna say he's gonna have help with Orton. There, Brian. That'll be our extra point for just you and me. This isn't about for the scholars thing. You don't care. You're out.
Okay, so you want to take Harper then? That's it. Who do you think helps Bray? I've got Rowan. He's got
Randy.
Honestly,
Randy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Randy.
Oh, okay.
Because he likes my scenario.
Nah, actually, it was like before you even got started. I do, but honestly, I was like, right before you started your little spiel, I was like, maybe Randy Orton could actually interfere. Maybe that could result in something. But yeah, I'm saying I agree with you.
Yay!
We're all in agreement, except for Brian, who is not.
Because really, with how much they've been building Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt as the big cohesive unit, do you see them just really throwing Eric Rowan in to be with that? Like, as they're still the one unit?
I think it's
at
entirely
some point
possible.
They have to.
I think it's possible, but it's... I don't know.
With how they kind of trashed Harper, and when I mean trash, quote, mean like they threw him out. I don't know. I just don't. I see that being like another throwing of the weak link. I just see when Rowan comes back, he's back with Harper. Because we saw what he did as a singles competitor. He was in one of the worst matches of the
TLC, the tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Less said about that, the better.
And him being super smart and finishing a Rubik's Cube in like one backstage segment.
He's a vintner too.
Speaking of Rowan, have you seen his video packages?
Can't say I have.
He's been it's not been on TV or anything. It's just on a YouTube page of Eric Rowan YouTube page, and it's just small vignettes of him kind of doing like a serial killer type ordeal. And I'm like, you know what? This is actually kind of legit creepy. I like it.
Yeah, I heard that he was doing that. I just didn't get around to seeing him yet.
I've only seen, I don't know how many he's done. I've only seen like one or two, but I'm like, interesting. At least they're having him do something.
Yeah. I'll have to check those out later. But in the meantime, those are our predictions for Elimination Chamber. You know what we think. Now, it's your turn to tell us what you think. So drop us a line. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear. Leave us a comment. Subscribe if you want to hear more every single week. Of course, you can also give us a like on our Facebook page. Just search for the Scholars of Wrestling Show on Facebook. And of course, for all the latest and greatest, you can find us on Twitter at all our Twitter handles, including our main Twitter handle at ScholarsOW. You can go there for all the latest episode uploads every single week. And if you want regular running wrestling commentary, that's a lot of ours, you can check us out on our personal Twitter accounts. Fool, where can they reach you at?
You can find me at The Avataric.
And Scholar Brian.
You can find me at Atomic Beanpole.
And you can find me at I'm Robbie Rage, all one word.
You see
That's it.
You see how easy that is?
Well, not really, because I like to ramble.
I
know you like to ramble,
I did throw that in
at
the end of last week's show, and I failed the same way you did.
Not so easy, is it?
It's not even easy for you.
It ain't easy being me.
Apparently not. You can't even be yourself. Then who are you? Who are we?
We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Mob
Mob
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
See you at Elimination Chamber.